Today we are going to see about National Tribunal, Section 7, Subsection B. The central government may by notification in the official gazette constitute one or more national industrial tribunals for adjudication of the industrial disputes which in the opinion of the central government. A national tribunal shall consist of one person only to be appointed by the central government under Section 7B and Subsection 2. And its qualifications are: a person shall not be qualified for appointment as the presiding officer of a national tribunal unless he is or has been a judge of a high court under Section 7, subsection B and 3. The central government may, if it thinks so fit, appoint two persons as assessors to advise the national tribunal in the proceedings before it under Section 7, subsection B 4. The presiding officer of a national tribunal shall be deemed to be a public servant within the meaning of and Section 21 of Indian Penal Code 1860. And their disqualifications are: there are no person shall be appointed to or continue in the office of the presiding officer of a national tribunal if he is not an independent person or has attained the age of 65 years under Section 7, subsection C. And then reference of disputes: the industrial establishments situated in more than one states are likely to be interested in or affected by such dispute, and the dispute should be adjudicated by a national tribunal. In such a case, the central government may, whether or not in its appropriate government in relation to that dispute at any time, by order in writing, refer the dispute or any matter appearing to be connected with or relevant to the dispute. And the next one, jurisdiction of labor court and industrial tribunal to cease on reference made to national tribunal. Under labor court or tribunal under Section 10, subsection T is subsection 6 includes any court or tribunal or any other authority constituted under any law relating to investigation and settlement of industrial disputes in force in any state. And the next one, prohibition of strike or lockout. Where an industrial dispute has been referred to a national tribunal under Section 10, the appropriate government may by order prohibit the continuance of any strike or lockout in connection with such dispute which may be in existence on the date of the reference under Section 10, subsection 3. And the next one, jurisdiction. So jurisdiction, which is legal decision, wherein an order referring an industrial dispute to a national tribunal under Section 10 or in a subsequent order, the appropriate government has specified the points of dispute for adjudication. The national tribunal shall confine its adjudication to those points and matters incidental thereto under Section 10, subsection 4. And the next one, inclusion of other parties. Inclusion, which means the appropriate government may at the time of making the reference or at any time thereafter but before the submission of award include in that reference such establishment, group or class of establishment, whether or not at the time of such inclusion any dispute exists or is apprehended in that establishment, group or class of establishments under Section 10, subsection 5. And the next one, duties. So duties, where an industrial dispute has been referred to an national tribunal for adjudication, it shall hold its proceedings expeditiously. Further, it shall within the period specified in the order referring such industrial disputes and submit its award to the appropriate government under Section 15. And the next one, award to be in writing and signed and its publication. Award means report. That the award shall be in writing and shall be signed by the presiding officer of the national tribunal under Section 16, subsection 2. It shall within a period of 30 days from the date of its receipt by the appropriate government be published in such a manner as the appropriate government thinks fit. So it is given under Section 17, subsection 1. And the next one, powers. So there are 4 powers. In that first one, power to enter premises. That is, the presiding officer of a national tribunal may, for the purpose of inquiry into any existing or apprehended industrial dispute, after giving reasonable notice, enter the premises occupied by any establishment to which the dispute relates under Section 11, subsection 2. And then second power is that powers of civil court. That is, a national tribunal shall have the same powers as are vested in a civil court under the Code of Civil Procedure 1908 when trying a suit in respect of the following matters, namely, enforcing the attendance of any person and examining on oath, compelling the production of documents and material objects, issuing commissions for the examination of witnesses, or in respect of such other matters as may be prescribed. And every inquiry or investigation by a national tribunal shall be deemed to be a judicial proceedings within the meaning of section 193 to 28 of Indian Penal Code 1860 under section 11 subsection 3. And then third power is that power to appoint assessors. It may, if it so thinks fit, appoint one or more persons having special knowledge of the matter under consideration as assessor or assessors to advise it in the proceeding before it under section 11 subsection 5. And then fourth power is that power to award cost. Subject to any rules made under this act, the cost of and incidental to any proceeding before a national tribunal, it shall be in the discretion of the national tribunal, and it shall have full power to determine by and to whom and to what extent and subject to what conditions, if any such costs are to be paid, and it shall also have the power to give all necessary directions for all the purposes aforesaid, and these costs may on application made to the appropriate government by the person entitled be recovered by the government in the same manner as an arrear of land revenue under section 11 subsection 7. Each and every national tribunal shall be deemed to be a civil court for the purposes of under section 345, 346 and then 348 of Code of Criminal Procedure 1973, which is given under section 11 subsection 8. These are all the national tribunal and its appointment, constitution as well as qualifications and the powers, duties, etc. And the next topic we are going to see about procedure, powers and duties of authorities under chapter 6 section 11 to 21. In that first one, procedure, section 11 subsection 1, subject to any rules that may made in this behalf, an arbitrator appointed under section 10A, a board of consultation appointed under section 5, a court of inquiry appointed under section 6, a labor court appointed under section 7, an industrial tribunal under section 7A, or a national tribunal under section 7B shall follow such procedure as the arbitrator or other authority concerned may think fit. And the next one, powers of labor courts, industrial tribunal and national tribunals to give appropriate relief in case of discharge or dismissal of workmen, section 11 subsection A. The labor court or the tribunal has to be satisfied that even though the misconduct is proved and the penalty has to be imposed, the extreme penalty of dismissal or discharge was not satisfied in the facts and circumstances of the case, and in order to avoid the charge of victim test, justice, equity and fair play demand that punishment must always be commensurate with the gravity of the offence charged. And the next one, filling of vacancies under section 8. If for any reason a vacancy other than a temporary absence occurs in the office of a presiding officer of a labor court or an industrial tribunal or a national tribunal, the chairman or any other member of a board of consultation or board of inquiry, then in the case of a national tribunal, the central government, and in any other case, the appropriate government shall appoint another person in accordance with the provisions of the Act to fill such vacancy, and the proceedings may be continued before the labor court, industrial tribunal, national tribunal, board of consultation or court of inquiry as the case may be from the stage at which the vacancy is filled.